My lords, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the jungle. This is episode number 8, I believe, of our jungle series on Rimworld. Now, before I unpause and we get started, I have a confession to make. Now, obviously at the end of the last episode, both Python and James were stricken with malaria, and we had no medicine on hand to treat them. Now, after I'd ended the recording, I saved it. I continued through several times, trying all different things, but nothing I could do would alleviate their suffering or increase their immunity resistance fast enough for them to overcome the disease. Therefore, in every scenario, and I tried about 4 different attempts, both James and Python sadly passed away. Now, as cheaty as this is, I wasn't happy with that. I certainly didn't want to lose our primary colonist so soon into the series. So, confession time. I opened the dev mode and I cured them both. Yes, I know it's completely against the spirit of Rimworld. I can only apologise for that. However, because we're so early on in the series, I didn't want to risk losing, especially Python, so early on. So, hands up, I cheated. That's why they're both now fully healed and recovered and are no worse for wear. So yes, that's where we are with that, so we can now unpause it. Now, in the last episode, I had a couple of suggestions, 2 very, very good suggestions. Now, the first one was from Scott Stevens, who tells me that if we release Leslie, she should return to our colony as a colonist rather than leave the map. So what we'll do, we'll flag her for release here. Once she wakes up, Garcia should then go through and release her from her confines. As you can also see, we've moved her into her bedroom rather than this little room here. That was a change I'd made as well. And hopefully she will just rejoin us, so to speak, and be no worse for wear, and we can all move on. The other suggestion I also had was from Richard Mitchell, who suggested why not have a second research table, especially when we've got colonists idle like we do at the moment. And again, I think that's a really, really good idea. So what would it cost for us to build one? Let's have a look. What do we need? We need 75 wood and 25 steel. Okay, well, we've got no wood at the moment, so we need to get some wood. So we'll get that sorted first of all, but once we do have enough wood, I think that's a really good idea, and I will build a second research bench so we can have several colonists working away at the same time, which is going to speed our progress through the tech tree as well. So thank you for that amazing suggestion. It's not something I'd ever really considered before, so hopefully it'll go well, and I'm sure that it will. Okay, so life progresses then. We see our colonists getting to work chopping down the trees, bringing in all the wood, and now heading off to bed. We've still not finished the construction of the new beds yet. Obviously Garcia and Leslie, both of these colonists are jealous types, so we made sure they got the beds first. If you remember, Python and James are still sleeping on the slab beds, which is better than the floor, but it's still not ideal. So hopefully in this episode we can also get their beds upgraded as well, so all our colonists have at least some modicum of comfort while they're asleep. Anyway, on to the next day. Garcia is up and about. Let's see, can we... So there's no option to actually release Leslie, but maybe once she's been fed and washed, Garcia will take care of that for us. As you can see, we've also run out of food once again, which is less than ideal. So I think we need another growing zone. Now, if you remember last time, we had a weird issue where the plants weren't growing because of unseasonable temperature for some reason. As we can see, that is now no longer the case. I'm not sure what was causing that. There might have been a solar eclipse at the time, which could have been having some sort of weird effect on the plants. I'm not sure. Either way, it seems to be working as intended now, and our plants are growing. However, we need food for today. Okay, cold snap has set in, so that's our first challenge of this episode. I don't think that'll be too difficult to deal with, but we will keep an eye on it and just see how low these temperatures do drop. At the minute it's 13 degrees, which is quite comfortable still, but we definitely want to keep an eye on that in case they drop to around 0 degrees. Then we want to think about getting our colonists indoors. As we can see out here, the jungleisks have moved on. We have one dead one and one desiccated one. At some point then we'll come out here and wall off these two areas as planned. That'll expand our safe zone nicely and give us more room to work with, as well as make it that little bit easier to attract new colonists, or at least get them to safety when they join the map. But for now we're just going to leave our colonists to do their thing. 59% grown. We're not going to harvest that yet, that's too immature at this stage. But we can harvest all these berry bushes, and that'll give us a fairly decent supply of food for today until we get these plants harvested, which should hopefully be pretty soon, provided this cold snap doesn't kill them off, which is very possible, let's be honest. Okay, so we still... I don't know if there's something we have to do here to release Leslie to force the issue. Obviously Garcia is our warden, but she's not doing it, unfortunately. Now, one thing I had to do while Python and James were stricken with malaria was get Garcia plant cutting. We don't want her doing that anymore, nor do we want her mining or constructing. We have enough people around to take care of that for us. So Garcia, you're going to clean some dirt, okay? Not sure what we... Okay, maybe they just release her in their own time. Does it say anything if we hover over it? No. A warden will release the prisoner. Okay. Well, let's just leave Garcia to it. I'm sure she'll get round to it eventually. For now, all the berries have been harvested and hauled back. Not too many, as we can see there. Enough to make one meal and have 4 left over, which is not going to feed us very well at all. Especially when you consider most of our colonists could do with some food at this point. Okay, the temperatures have dropped to 1 degrees. Have to keep an eye on that. We don't want them getting much lower, because then our plants will start to die off, which is something we absolutely do not want to have happen. Alright, we've got a mad boomalope, and that's not really a concern. We are quite well protected behind our walls. It's got no way to path through to us, so we can disregard that. The jungleisks are... Oh, yes. I remember this. Yeah, so they're all down there having a great old time. Just look at all this pemmican. That would be fantastic if we could get out. Oh, there's a machine pistol as well. Some decent bows. 500 silver, but it's the pemmican I've got my eye on here. I wonder if it's worth risking a night raid, so to speak, to get down there and try and get some of that pemmican brought back. Obviously we are struggling for food at the moment, and the cold snap isn't helping. And in fact overnight we're down to negative temperatures, which is not great. Luckily indoors it's not too bad, as we can see. Around about 23 degrees and 17 degrees in our main room, so that's not the concern, it's the plants. That's the concern. Right, Garcia, have the berries. Are the jungleisks all asleep? I think they are, but we do have an anaconda here, although it is not that hungry, so I think we could get away with this. I'm going to risk this. Do I want to risk Garcia, who's our best researcher? Don't want to risk Python. James, but you're really good at that. You're our plants expert. We don't want to lose you. Right, it'll have to be Garcia. Garcia, good luck. Okay, can I... Oh, because we've got the door set to no access, haven't we? Okay, let's just undo that. There we go. Right. Good luck. Not sure how well this is going to go. If we get the notification that she's become the target... Oh god, we've got the boomalope outside. What is this? Crackstone. I have never seen that before. Okay, Garcia, forget that. It's not worth the risk with the boomalope right there, so we'll try that another day. The pemmican will keep for quite a while out there, so it's not urgent, although it would have been nice to have some food on hand. And there we go. There's all the plants now dying off. Ooh, -12. This really is a cold snap. Hopefully it starts to warm up in the daylight hours. Oh, we've survived a year. Well done us. Okay, we're really struggling for food now. Really struggling. Hopefully there's some berry bushes in this area. I did see at least one. Oh, there we go. There's a couple. If we just zoom out. Okay, zoom in a bit just so we get the ones within our confines. There we go. Get those harvested. Don't know how much they're going to give us, but it's going to be better than nothing. Because that's what we've got at the moment. Absolutely nothing. Okay, the temperature is also slowly rising, as we can see. Hopefully the cold snap won't last for long. It's lasted for 22 hours, but it doesn't say how long it's going to last for, so obviously the shorter the better, but we shall see. So James and Python get to work harvesting all these bushes. Let's now get all these bushes hauled back. Bushes? Berries. Let's get as many berries hauled back as we can. Should be enough to keep us at least semi-well fed for the next couple of days. Let's see, how many did we get? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. We can make at least 2 meals out of that, which is something. Okay, why can't we? Oh, she's incapacitated. That's right. This happened in between episodes when I was experimenting ways to try and get Python and James to survive. She suffered a mental break. That's why we can't really say yet, because she's incapacitated. Okay. Well, hopefully she'll snap out of that pretty soon and we can hopefully get her back into the fold. Garcia, what are you doing? Oh, you're burning some sludge. That's fine. How's our rice plants doing? Not all of them have died. And some are growing, although not very fast because of the temperature. Is it 3 degrees out there? Beer brewing has been researched. That's one I picked, again, between episodes. We've not researched anything else. But I do believe we are now in the next tech era. So we can get stuff like plumbing. We can get heating. However, the main ones we want to be getting are stuff like complex clothing. Where's the furniture one? Complex furniture, I think that'll be our next priority, just for the dressers and the end tables to boost the room ratings. We can also get the better beds, so we'll research that first of all. Okay, that's fine. So hopefully we can get this research done pretty quickly. James, just do me a favour while you're in there. Okay, oh there we go, yep. Just get some of that cleaned up, please. Okay, we still need to get some more wood. We don't have enough yet for the second research table. Let's try and get some more cut down. Although I'll probably wait until the next day when the temperature starts to increase a little bit and it's a bit more tolerable for our colonists to actually head out there. Because if we send them out now, James especially, who is, I believe, a nudist, yes, he will very quickly get hypothermia. Especially if he's running around outside with things swinging in the breeze, shall we say. Either way, it's off to bed, and we'll see what tomorrow brings us. Okay, so overnight the cold snap has ended, which is really good news. That's what we wanted. The rice plants are almost ready to harvest. They should be harvestable today with any luck, because Garcia is very hungry. We could get the bananas. They're not ready yet, but at a push it's going to be better than nothing at all, because I don't see anything else we could harvest in our little safe area. There's a banana tree there we could get as well, actually. Yes, I think we are pushed for choice at the moment. Anyway, we needed more wood, so let's also Get some wood chopping ordered up. Let's go for quite a lot. We get through quite a lot of wood, what with all the torches and whatnot, so we may as well stock up on as much wood as we can while the sun shines. Obviously James and Python are both fairly skilled with plants, so cutting it all down doesn't take too long. And that gives us 149 units of wood, so let's get that hauled back urgently. Leslie is still incapacitated and she is also starving. Hopefully we can get some food for her soon, we don't want her to die. Anyway, that now gives us enough for the second research table, so let's build that. There we go. Okay, that's Leslie taken care of, which is good. And this should be the... Okay, Garcia's got food poisoning from bananas. That's... Can you get food poisoning from a banana? Well, I suppose you can if it's massively out of date. But I don't think bananas are that, known for their food poisoning inducing qualities. But there we go. Okay, Leslie's up and about. Maybe now we can get her released. Garcia, release Leslie. In fact, before we do that, I'll quickly pause it. Okay, so that's it paused. Garcia. Ah, it worked. Thank you very much for that tip. That is brilliant. I never knew that. That's really, really good. Thank you for that. Much obliged on that tip there. And now we've got two researchers on the go, which is really, really good. James is cooking. We have plenty of food once again. The plants have all been resown. I do think it's probably a decent idea to get another growing zone set up, though, because we do keep skirting the edge of starvation here. So let's zone up yet another growing zone. A fairly substantial one again. And this time, what should we go for? Tomato plant. What does that yield? 8. Growth time 7 days. We've got strawberries, obviously we've got rice, we've got potatoes. Pumpkin. 10 days, but it does yield 16. Quite tempting. Corn, 11 days. Let's go for corn. Takes a long time to fully mature, but you do get a high yield from it, so it should keep us going for a decent amount of time once it is harvested and brought into our little stockpile. So we're back up to full strength again. And we're all off to bed, so let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. Hopefully not another cold snap, and hopefully we don't have any visitors related to our colonists who are going to get more. Okay, thank God for that. We do have visitors, but we have no relation to a colonist member. These might actually get lucky. Because the junglisks are all asleep, they might actually make it to our base. So we could trade with them, because what they do have something to trade here, as we can see. Is that Spirit? Yes. Spirit is somebody we can trade with. So we'll allow use of this door. And hopefully they will make their way into the safety area. The two junglisks here. Okay, they're not heading in. Garcia, you're the social expert. See what these guys have got, although be careful because it's soon time for wakey wakey on the spiders. Okay, we have a summit crab. Now these aren't hostile, but as you can see they do make a whole mess. Okay, pause. The junglisks woke up. Okay, so we're not trading. So let's forbid the door once again. Garcia, reset your priorities and you can do whatever you want to do. Throw up in the corner. Why not? Okay, that's a shame. We've got a volcanic pistol. I tell you what, when it's sleep time, we're getting this food here and we're getting the gun. That could come in handy. Of course, the corpses this close to our base does now mean we're going to have... Oh, what else? We've got a pump shotgun, package survival meals, all the good stuff down here. Medicine. See, that couldn't have arrived when we had the malaria, could it? No. When I've cheated, then we get the medicine. Ah, well. Garcia, where are you? Okay, you're playing Hoopstone. You're still suffering from food poisoning. Leslie's taking care of the crops. Obviously, this is where the fertility is a bit lower, so this is why it's growing at a different rate to potatoes over here. But I suppose it means we've got an offset between our yields, which can be quite useful, because then you're not getting all your food at once. Yes, anyway, as I was saying, at night time, once these skittery buggers are asleep, we'll get that, we'll get that, we'll get that, we'll get the silver. We'll get that. Yeah, we'll get the food, the guns, the silver, the medicines, and same over here. Yes. So that's tonight's exercise all ready to go. Things are going pretty well today. I mean, I thought they were going pretty well in the last episode until we got bloody malaria, so don't want to count my chickens, but the dual research is really kicking things along. Look at that, we've almost researched the furniture, which is fantastic, because then we can really start to kit out the base and make the 4 colonists' life a lot better. I don't think we can do electricity yet. I think that's an industrial tech and we are currently medieval. But soon enough, at this rate, we will be able to start researching electricity, which is going to make life a lot easier as well. Obviously, it's going to be solar panels and wind farms. I don't think we have a steam geyser in our safe space. Indeed we do not. Okay, the spiders are asleep. Let's do the raid. So allow that and that. That's already allowed anyway. Allow that, 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 and that. And obviously the door. No, don't build a copy. Allow it. Okay. Guys, get out here. Get hauling. Okay, you're hauling everything, are you? I think you are. Godspeed, Python. You should be safe. It's still fairly early or late, whichever way you look at it, in the morning. So we should have a couple hours before these all wake up. Perfect. Well done. So that's gonna really help things. The extra weapon always comes in handy. Just let him unload everything there. Just don't drop it in the doorway. Let's just shrink the zone a little bit there. That's better. Yeah, holding the toilet door open with a stack of silver. I'm sure people are going to love that. Okay, so sidearms. Python, you have the bow. Leslie, you have nothing. You can have the shotgun. James, you can have the volcanic pistol. And then go back to your meal. Garcia, clean up after yourself, please. So we're very close to finishing the furniture research, as we can see. 380 out of 400, so that won't take much longer. James, you're idle. Is there anything you could do? You could go and chop more wood. You can never have enough wood. Orders, chop wood. Just to give him something to do so he's not wandering around idle. There we go. Garcia, you're cooking. Leslie, you are washing and harvesting as well. Okay, fair enough. So on the food front, things looking pretty good once again. 16 meals, 3 packaged meals, and 7 units of rice, which is not going to go very far, but it's better than nothing. Medicines are looking pretty good. Social fight. Luckily this... oh god. When they pulled the guns out there I did fear the worst, but thankfully it was just a bit of a Mexican standoff. Luckily I don't think it's anything too concerning, the injuries that is, and there's the research. Right, what do we want next? Shall we go for complex clothing? Yes. So now that we've got the furniture, we can actually kit out these bedrooms a lot better, so let's do that. Furniture. 45 wood for a bed. We should have enough. So we'll do the beds first of all, and then see what we've got left over once the beds are finished construction, or being constructed. The beds don't actually construct, they get constructed. That's so poor in English, just give up. Anyway, did all the wood down here get brought back in? I think it did with the looks of it, so that's fine. Given that we're going to be doing a bit of furniture work, probably not a bad idea to get even more trees harvested. So Python, yep, Garcia's bed first, fine. And then Leslie's bed next, because she'll get pissed off. There we go. That's it. Take a break to admire some artwork. Okay, that's all the wood used up, so we didn't have nearly enough at all. Leslie, you have a bed here. A proper bed at that. There we go. So hopefully they should all be a little bit more comfortable now overnight. Let's just check the mood. Psychic drone low for the males. That's always great. -12 as we can see. But as we know, it only affects the males. So yes, +4 comfort rating there, which is nice. Oh, Python and James are best friends. Well, that's always good. It's always good when your colonists have those friendships, because it gives them that mood boost as we see in Python's case. So, happy days there. And you're moving on to 10 to your best friend. Well, that's friendship for you. Maybe a bit of guilt there, James, as you take care of Garcia after you beat her up. But she's doing okay. Okay, we have a raid. Let's just watch this, because this is going to be hilarious. So there's 3 of them. All I'll say to you there, lads, is good luck. Here they come. This is a really good thing about this map. Yeah. Ooh. You just angered them, you idiot. Oh my god. Jesus. The webs are enough to kill them, it's fantastic. And now they're all coming to hang out here. I'd sooner they didn't, but there we are. What was I saying before that happened? Well, I don't know. Whatever it was, I'm sure it was groundbreaking and insightful. Ooh, I know what I want to do. Scatterbrain. I want another growing zone, but for this, I want to grow some cotton. Because with the cotton, we can make our own clothing, beds, backpacks, that sort of thing. So let's grow us some cotton. I can just remember where it is. There it is, cotton plant. So yes, a field of cotton. What do we have here? A hat and some leggings. Well, we'll allow them. I don't know if anybody's going to wear them, but we'll allow them. And we'll get them hauled back urgently so they don't deteriorate out here. So that's enough wood for another bed, although all the beds are done, so that's largely irrelevant. Not going to wear the hat or the leggings? No? You don't want them? No? Okay. Anyway, yes, back to the furniture. So we have the beds, which is great. End table, 30 wood. Okay. So that's 120 in total. Not sure that we have enough. I don't think we do. James has got the hat on. Fantastic. You go, James. You look like a sea captain there. So yes, we'll get these end tables installed because that's going to give a nice comfort boost to the beds. What quality are the beds actually? Well, poor James has got the worst one there. How much more wood do you need? You need 6. Do we have any wood out here that you could use? We do. Perfect. Get rid of that. The flashing was annoying me. There we go. Proper furniture in the beds. Now it's more like a home. Now we're getting somewhere. And look at all the food we've got. Dare I say it, our problems are a thing of the past? What's wrong with Leslie? Jealous of Garcia's bedroom. Is it the plant pot what's doing it? Awful 6, awful 15. Do you know what? Let's give her 2 plant pots. And see what that does. Make them out of steel? Yeah, why not? So 2 plant pots for Leslie. Python, if you could get to work on those ASAP before Leslie has some sort of fit. Let's see what that will do for her room rating. Now you've got the better bedroom. Is that going to piss Garcia off? Of course it is. My god, you two. You can share a room in a minute. Have another plant pot yourself. I should have seen that coming, to be fair. I don't know why I didn't. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a decent place to end the episode. Compared to the previous one, it's been a lot smoother sailing. We've had a raid, which had absolutely 0 effect on us thanks to our spider army. We had some visitors who dropped a few nice weapons, meals and medicines for us. Obviously, you know, we could have traded for them, but we got them for free thanks to, once again, our spider army. The farm has been expanded to include, I should say, a cornfield and a cotton field. That's going to come in handy later on. We've got Leslie back in the fold, and she's reasonably happy. Obviously, her and Garcia have some sort of pissing contest about their bedrooms, which is always fun to try and micromanage, but that's part and parcel of the game. Yeah, research progressing very nicely thanks to the dual tables, which is really, really good. And other than that, there's not really too many problems at the moment. Well, there's a war merchant. Let's just end on a little bit of a spectacle, shall we? Because this... Do these have... Well, they have... Oh, we've got a flintlock pistol. But it's mainly Neolithic tech, so it'll be interesting to see how this fight pans out. Certainly don't expect them to kill all the spiders. Well, they've taken one down. Nope, that didn't go well. But they did take one spider, 2 spiders, a blood shrimp. Oh, that was part of their caravan. Yeah, they took 3 spiders down, which is fairly impressive. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make any sort of dent, considering all these wilder buggers that we have right here. And the Gotox Treaty are now hostile. Well, that's one of the negative aspects to living in the Feralisk jungle. Yes, as I was saying, I think we'll end it today. It's been a lot more pleasant than last time around. Hopefully, no further cheating will be required, and once again, I do apologise for that. It is, as I said, against the spirit of playing on Randy Random. Losing is fun, but I just didn't want to start another new series all over again, so... On balance, I think it was a right idea. I hope you can agree and forgive me for my dirty, dirty cheating nature. But other than that, all that remains for me to say is, as always, ladies and gentlemen, take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.